What's up all you Superman loving dudes and dudettes, Toyshiz here, and I am back yet again for my final look at Wave 1 for the new McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse, and thank you again to sending this guy out to give you guys this fresh look. We're checking out their brand new Superman in his Unchained armor, or Superman Unchained. I'm not familiar with this storyline at all. It's part of the whole rebirth, but essentially, I guess Superman just gets a big mech suit to fight Wraith or something to that degree. Honestly, if you want to tell me in the comments below exactly how this works, here's the barcode if you want to go ahead and scan it. Look for these towards the end of January and into February, and of course this guy goes really nice with the previous Hellbat action figure that I just took a look at. But without further ado, sit back, relax, grab yourself a nice cup of coffee. This is the brand new McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Superman Unchained. And of course, here's old Supes out of the packaging, and this guy is fantastic. Again, much like I said, my Hellbat fresh look, this is what I wanted to see McFarlane do. He's a huge figure. He's bulky, he's heavy, he's massive. There's some heft to him. It's a lot of plastic for 20 bucks, and I like that. He's got these big, huge wings. He's 9 inches tall, 11-inch wingspan. He kind of sort of reminded me of the last Superman, the animated series episode Legacy, where he was brainwashed by Darkseid, and he got this really cool apocalypse-looking suit. And that's, honestly, the costumes are fairly similar and still different, but that is immediately what I thought of. And when I saw the animated solicits and everything else, I was like, ooh. But then, of course, I find out that, no, it's really a comic book thing. But then you also have to think, well, this kind of looks like a Japanese property I've seen before. Anyone else seen Mazinger Z? Or, you know, it just totally looks like that. And let's be honest with you, somebody was definitely watching this anime at some point. But this figure, the paint, the sculpt, just the aesthetics, the silhouette, this guy is rocking. I really like this figure. It's totally different. It's a much different Superman than we're used to. This is totally one-off sculpts, unless they do like the McFarlane type stuff where they maybe change the head or something down. I mean, this is a one-off. The sculpt itself, the boots, it does have that black pin that I've been mentioning throughout these entire reviews. I'll let it slide because this guy's cool, but let's get some different colored pins in there. But just everything, and even transfers to the back, everything on this figure is sculpted and sculpted well. The wings, much like the Hellbat, are my only inconsistency with that. But when I'll show you guys in just a second how they exactly work. But they flop out and they do fold up really nicely. It kind of looks like a continuation of his big red cape, much like the Hellbat did. So this guy, I am very much all about it. He just looks great. It's just a huge, big, hulking suit of Superman armor. I mean, Superman unstoppable at this point. The head sculpt, everything, like I said, the wings are just like the one downside, but I do like how they fold up. It's an interesting aesthetic. It's not going to be one of those things where you want to constantly mess with the wings, but like I said, let's look at him more into detail. Now, to go over the articulation for this guy, his head is on a bit of a ball joint. This helmet is very large, so you're not going to get too much in the ways of looking up, or I guess he kind of looks down a little bit better than he looks up. He does look like he has butterfly joints, but it's actually just part of his armor. And if you, just be careful, if you push too hard into the sides with this guy, it will end up just kind of slowly eroding. I have been able to kind of push this plastic back into place. It was like the weirdest thing. I totally thought it was butterfly joints, and it's totally not. He has some upper diaphragm rotation. He has some give to the waist. It's more of like a ball, if anything, but he gets some nice motion out of him. Not nearly as articulated as the Hellbat figure, I'll tell you that. He can kick back, kick up. He's got double jointed knees at work, and then also he's got some limited articulation in the feet. They just basically go up and down, and then he has toe articulation as well. So I'm happy with the articulation, don't get me wrong, but it's inconsistent with the Hellbat, so it's a little off. With the wing attachments, this is the one downside. You put it right there in the hole and you can slip them in just like that. The one downside is they don't really stay all too well once you start moving them around. And this is of course on a ball as well. And then once you have the wings in place, they do fold back and they look good. It looks like an extension of his cape, and then simply just, see, that's why you want to kind of push in just to make sure the pegs don't pop out. They simply just rotate up and out. And if you get it just right, yeah, you got a good Messenger Z looking Superman. That's he looks good, don't get me wrong. But just be careful with some of the articulation here. You don't want to ruin anything, wreck anything. But overall, I dig the Superman, and I think he looks really nice. Here's Superman with his Superman Unchained armor, and they line up really well, much again like the Hellbat. Because they're a larger figure, you're going to be able to fit him into other different lines. Giant figure, smaller figures, it works really well, and these two definitely line up. If only you could switch the heads, you might be able to, but mine's not budging, so I'm going to leave it to those that find these in the stores and try them out for yourself. And much like pairing them up with the Hellbat, these are just two heavily armed, mecha'd Batman and Superman. I mean, it's totally McFarlane, it's totally comic books, but you see how McFarlane really shines with these more gruesome, ghastly type looking figures. And here's old Bats and Soup's world finest. You got him with their Spawn, the old Spawn McFarlane toys. Those look great together. You can even have Superman Unchained going up against a Marvel Legends Hulk if you wanted to. Those really do pair up nicely. And then, of course, here's Tony Stark. Hey, you know what, Soups? I made you this suit of armor. Check it out. If you got any of the McFarlane Fortnite figures, yeah, he'll go great with this guy as well, even though Peely is just a slight peel above in height. But these Fortnite figures will match up. And of course, here he is matched up with a smaller Marvel Legends figure and then a 7-inch DC Multiverse McFarlane figure. They match up pretty well, except for the Legends. Just all these McFarlane toys, they're gonna be too big for your Legends as opposed to more of the bigger Build-A-Figures, something like that. And if you were planning to use the stand that comes with the Superman number 1000 Action Comics figure, I would say use it sparingly. This guy, this Superman Unchained, is way too heavy for that stand, and the last thing you want to do is break something. It's not built for that. It's more for the smaller figures. This guy is that heavy. But that is going to wrap it up. I'm curious to know what you guys think about this Superman Unchained figure. Thank you again to McFarlane Toys for sending out the entire Wave 1. I hope you guys have really enjoyed my reviews. I really felt like I grew a little bit reviewing these. I try to give you my whole honest opinion. These are a fantastic start to something good. I'm curious to see where they're going to take this. They need to work on certain things with the height and scale. Some of the paint needs to be improved. Those toe joints with the black pin, I'm not going to let that go. But overall, I think that there's something for everyone. Animated, comic book, TV show. We'll get movie stuff later on. Video game stuff's coming soon. So just sit back, relax, enjoy the ride, see where it goes, and get some really cool characters. You know they're going to deliver something. And just in about a month or so, we're going to see some rad stuff shown at Toy Fair. So I'm going to leave you guys with that. As always, drink some great coffee, eat some great food. But most importantly, remember, whatever the story is behind this, it can't be as bad as the Hellbat one. And when you do, let me know what you found. I'll talk to you guys soon. Adios.